Hello there. Welcome to a new commentary series for the Star Wars films. Nick's here as always. Always
Of course.
gotta specify when Nick is here.
What's up?
What's up? We are starting Star Wars, which is one of my favorite film franchises ever.
Mine
it's
too.
my name for so many things on Twitter and Xbox and PlayStation. It's right there. I'm actually in Star Wars. I don't know if you know this.
Elaborate.
Star Wars did a thing a while back before Disney bought them called Star Wars Uncut. So what they did was they split up A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. They didn't do Return of the Jedi because by that point they got bought out. But what they did was they split up those movies into little like 10, 15-second segments. And then you would submit your clip to get put in. And then they compiled them all to make the films. And so I am in Empire Strikes Back playing Lando for a scene.
Nice. And you were like 10 when that would have happened?
12?
They got bought in
So-
2012. So you would have been 11 when they got
11.
bought.
11, yeah. So I was 11-ish.
Okay.
when
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
happened. Yeah. So there
They
you go,
used to do
folks.
wacky stuff with Star Wars before they got
They
bought by
did
Disney.
do wacky
like
stuff,
releasing them
and-
all in 3D when they stopped after one movie because then they got bought.
Yeah, that happened. They had the whole This Is Madness stuff that they would do every year with March Madness, where they would do brackets of characters, and then you would, print out the brackets and pick your characters and stuff. Anyways, this has nothing to do with Phantom Menace, which is where
No.
we're starting.
We could have said that when we started the movie, but no.
Yeah, no, we're going with numerical order first, folks. So we're starting with Phantom Menace. We're watching the Disney Plus version of it, which I don't know how different that is from a Blu-ray release, or if you're watching I think they were only released on DVD, so I don't know how different this will be comparatively, because Lucas and Disney like to edit their films every time that they re-release a Star Wars film.
Yep.
But that's where we're watching it. There's no IMAX option for this.
Sad.
We are currently at 0-0. And so we'll say 3, 2, 1, go. And we'll click the play button and watch it all together. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Listen to the 20th Century Fox drum pattern that we'll never hear again because 20th Century Fox doesn't exist. It's now 20th Century Studios.
Well, I was going to say, you still hear it, but every time you
you'll
see the
hear it.
logo and it says 20th Century Studios, I saw it yesterday when I saw The Kingsman. Bizarre. I hate it. It's just wrong. One of those things that just feels wrong.
Unlike this title screen. Wah!
You're a little early.
I was
there,
early. I was early. Wah, wah.
It's kind of iconic, this whole thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Episode 1. The Phantom
The
Menace.
Phantom Menace. I believe this one says it is a time of unrest in the galaxy.
Turmoil has
Has
engulfed the Galactic, Republic.
Republic.
The taxation of trade
tax
routes
time,
to
baby.
outlying star systems is in dispute.
Nothing gets me
Hoping
going
to
like
resolve
taxes.
the matter with a blockade of deadly battleships, the greedy Trade Federation has stopped all shipping to the small planet of Naboo.
What else? What else?
While the Congress of the Republic endlessly debate this alarming chain of events, the Supreme Chancellor has secretly dispatched 2 Jedi Knights, the guardians of peace and justice in the galaxy, to settle the conflict. Now, we know that Phantom Menace is notoriously hated for taxation and politics of Star Wars, but, I'm going to bring it up. Clone Wars does politics very interesting, and I actually am really interested in the politics of Star Wars.
Yeah,
I understand why people aren't.
Yeah, I think this movie just doesn't do anything interesting with the politics of Star Wars, even though there's a lot of interesting stuff you can do.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I think Revenge of the Sith probably gets closest to that in terms of the movies.
Revenge of the Sith is just good. I'll
I'm
stand by
with
that.
you. Oh, I need to turn my subtitles on.
You know what I kind of want Disney to do? Have you seen what they did with, like, Dumbo? Where they put, like, a warning saying these depictions are out of date and do not reflect current.
Maybe
I feel like
put
they
that on
should do
this
that for
movie?
Phantom Menace. Yeah. Because Jar Jar and the Trade Federation and Watto, they are not good.
doesn't like damage me watching the movie, but it's definitely an issue.
No, for sure. It's definitely one of those things where I'm like, yikes, but just keep moving along.
Now, one way I think it would have benefited from starting in release order was that could have seen why the original trilogy was so good, and then seen all the ways that this movie just doesn't capture that. I think this movie's very static. Like, it's nothing interesting going on in the frame almost ever.
Yeah.
It's just, we're going to set this camera up, and we're going to stay there, and then we're going to cut to the next shot.
The Lego Star Wars games.
Although as soon as I say
more.
that, they're moving the camera with these guys here, but there's still, like, nothing happening.
Yeah. They're walking and talking. They're doing
Yeah.
the West Wing.
But West Wing at least has, like, I'm not even the massive Sorkin fan, but West Wing has better dialogue than what George Lucas came up with here.
Yeah.
The negotiations will be short. Now, I don't, like, I had known everything about Star Wars by the time I actually properly watched these movies, like 6 or 7 years ago. Is it supposed to be at all a secret that the Chancellor, or I guess
Yes.
not yet, it's supposed to be a secret to the audience who Palpatine is?
That, no.
Okay.
It's supposed to be that we understand it, and like
Okay.
we hear from Yoda that Sidious is clouding the visions of the Jedi with the dark side, so they can't tell who it is until Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
but
I
we
mean,
know
like,
who it is.
I mean, like, watching this movie in 1999, as soon as you see Palpatine on Naboo, you're supposed to understand it's that guy. I mean, I guess you would know the actor. Anybody
Yeah,
who
Ian
knew the original
McDiarmid.
trilogy would know the same actor. Ian
Well, it
McDiarmid,
was a
yeah.
different actor originally, right? And then they
Well-
replaced it with Ian McDiarmid.
He was in Return of the Jedi. He's the one people would remember.
Gotcha, yeah.
And they've, in all their re-releases, they've put him into Empire Strikes Back into that scene.
Yeah.
I did a couple years ago. I found the VHS copies for like $1 each, and I only ever watched the New Hope one, but I wanted to watch them all just to watch them all unedited because I've never seen them all unedited. F in the chat for the ship. This is the actual practical explosion here.
It is. Well, all the ships in Phantom Menace are practical.
Yeah, compared to the other two movies, there's a lot more practical stuff in this movie.
Yes.
Again, there's not much interesting happening in terms of production design, but they do at least do more practical stuff.
Yeah.
So are they just holding their breath here?
Yes.
Only reason we
Roger,
get it is so
roger.
that we can get this shot.
Yeah.
This is a great way to immediately establish the battle droids as a threat. I feel tension.
Me too. I definitely feel like the battle droids are going to overwhelm them.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been an issue with the prequels.
Yeah. I mean, I know we'll say it when we watch A New Hope, but it's like the first shot of that movie tells you so much. Like,
It really
you
does.
immediately tell that the good guys are overwhelmed. Doesn't feel that way here.
Nope. Now, there is a power here that they use that I was always so curious as to why we never see it come
Oh,
back.
the speed jump?
Yeah.
Or, the
Like, we
speed run?
never see them use the flash run ever again.
Is that what it's called?
It's not called the flash run. I just call it that. Ah, the droidicas, the roly-poly droids, as I call
Awesome
them.
design here.
It is great design.
Now, did you play I know you played the Lego games. Did you play the Revenge of the Sith movie game?
If I did, I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, I played
There
it.
it is.
Yep. I played it, and the droidicas were impossible to fight in that.
Yeah.
Getting their shield down was like almost like a mini boss.
I've pretty much always liked droidicas in games. Like,
Yeah.
both Battlefront, well, I mean, yeah, both series of Battlefront games, I've always liked the droidicas in them. They've always been fun to use.
He was right about one thing, Manny. The negotiations were short.
were short. Ha ha ha. So she's supposed to be 14 and queen.
Yes. They've got interesting rules on Naboo.
They do.
Well, they kind of have similar rules in Game of Thrones. Like, if you are the son of a monarch and the monarch dies, or of the king, I guess, and the king dies, then you are the king no matter how old you are. If
I'm pretty sure that's the way that it just works in the world.
If there's not a living brother, then the eldest son will become the king.
Yeah.
We will see. Ooh, damn.
Those
The
wipes, baby.
Yeah. Love the wipes, baby.
Love the baby wipes.
Do you remember the fat Palpatine meme?
I do.
There it is. Yo, why is he so thick?
Thick with 14 C's.
Mm-hmm. Are you sure that's the one thing a communications disruption can mean? You sure just doesn't have any bars where he is right now?
I don't think Palpatine has bars, period. You know what?
That man's a poet. Listen to him in Revenge of the Sith.
I was about to say. Although when he did say, "Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth
that whole
Plagueis
story.
the Wise?" Bars right there. So is she putting on an accent for Naboo, or do you think Natalie Portman was trying to do an accent and then George was like, "Natalie, don't do it."
Great impression. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's her trying to be a queen, and then obviously later she just drops the whole facade.
Gotcha.
Because the queen that comes after her that we see in Attack of the Clones, she has a similar accent.
Yeah.
John Williams, he's pretty good.
That guy, he's going places. Now I want to play Battlefront 2.
I always hate the part of me that wants to play Battlefront 2.
I know, me too.
Whenever I go back to that game, I only end up playing the Starfighter Assault.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Did you play Squadrons? Because I loved Squadrons, but
I played an hour of Squadrons. For some reason, even though it's all Starfighter stuff, that game didn't hook me. Oh, there he is.
It's probably because it's more simulation based.
Yeah.
Oh no.
How far back did this character set race relations in America?
Ahmed Best. Give him the world.
I was literally going to say, Ahmed Best does a great job.
Yes. He has handled this more graceful than a lot of people. Yeah, he has.
And he's had to deal with a lot of shit.
He really has. And the fact that he hasn't been one of those people to be like, I never want anything to do with Star Wars again because of the way that this character affected my life.
I feel terrible about Jake Lloyd from this same movie. Ahmed Best has been able to take things much more in stride. And obviously, not being a literal kid, being told you're the worst thing to ever happen to humanity, that helps.
Excuse me!
Apparently, my grandfather died before I was born, but apparently he said "excuse me" whenever he said "excuse me."
Did he really?
Yeah. You ever been banished?
I don't think so. I was about to say the best thing that Lucas did throughout this trilogy was make Jar Jar's role less important.
Mm-hmm. I love the fuck you he does in Attack of the Clones though. He gives him less screen time, but he makes him crucially important to the entire trilogy.
Yeah. And then Revenge of the Sith, I don't think he has a single line. He's just
No,
walking in the cloak.
he's walking in the funeral. That's it.
Yeah, all sad.
Creatures chittering, hooting. That's what the caption said.
The rebreathers.
You're still getting water in your nose.
I know. Okide.
Look at all those bubbles.
Look at that ratio. They look like the eggs at the beginning of Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a barracuda to just come in and start breaking all the windows.
Coral? Oof, sorry. Didn't mean to bring back trauma for all my Finding Nemo heads out there.
I know, right? To be fair, we were about to watch a Pixar movie, but we
Yeah.
decided to do Star Wars. So this very well might have been a Finding Nemo commentary for all we know. Look at that Matrix effect, but it's just water.
This is before Matrix, or the same year as Matrix, but I think it came out before.
Mm.
Oh, I thought that said Me Gusta for a second on the
Me Gusta.
captions. He likes Jar Jar, apparently.
Yeah. I know we give George Lucas and these movies a lot of like flack and stuff, but I will say it doesn't look as bad as I remember it looking.
This movie in particular looks kind of bad, but like just in terms of backgrounds and like the CG wasn't there yet. But
Backgrounds I will agree with, but like there are some of it where I'm like,
compositing, I
no,
would
this
say
is
too.
you. Yeah. Like here it looks like a set from Spy Kids.
The people are called the Naboo. That's like if we were being attacked and someone said that they are about to attack the Earth, as in the people of the Earth.
Listen, Earth is not a place; it's her people.
Ugh. I could say something about that thing he does, but I'm not going to.
I think it's best if you don't.
You ever get a bongo?
No, but I've been in a bungalow.
Same thing. Like, I'm not the kind of person who can do, like, a red letter media dissection of the reason everything in this movie doesn't work. But there's just no... Like, I know I already said no tension, but that's kind of it. It just feels like
Yeah.
you're moving from scene to scene, and they're just talking. It's very... Like I said, it's very static.
So far, it really just seems like we're just trying to get to Anakin.
Yeah. Ah, the life test.
See, Qui-Gon, that's where you messed up.
Loud blubbering, it says.
He should have been Shrek. Imagine if Shrek was just a Gungan this entire time.
I think it'd be an even bigger deal than it became.
It would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll do some positives about this movie and this trilogy as a whole. A bunch of cool new designs for stuff and a lot of world building.
Yeah, that's what I really love about this world and this era in general,
Yeah.
is the world building and the locations and the design of everything. And I also said the politics, when it's handled well, I do find interesting.
Banished because he was clumsy.
Brilliant but clumsy. Giant fish.
But there's always a bigger one, isn't there?
There's always a bigger fish.
And they've got bigger fish to fry.
Too bad I don't like fish.
I don't think I've ever actually watched this movie with captions before, but seeing them try and caption Jar Jar.
Captain Jar Jar.
It's
Any of the Gungans. I'm like, you said this in Wisdom Life? I'm like, what?
Damn. Like, I'm sure there's a whole 5-hour or Wikipedia page for that one fish that takes like 5 hours to read. That's what we love about Star Wars.
I do love it.
The Senate bogged down in procedures. That never happens. What's the battle droid doing in the background? Just vibing?
I think... Oh, look, I love the little ones.
The little droids, yeah. Ooh, trying to hide stuff from him?
That's not how the Force works.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Jar Jar.
I think that's the only time that you'll probably say, I agree, Jar Jar.
Qui-Gon is so calm through all of this.
He really is.
It's like...
I was looking in the back. I'm like, he has no reaction to anything.
No.
He's so phased. He's so unfazed as a Jedi Master. Well, he's still a knight.
Or he's just being poorly directed.
Yes.
Could be either of those.
I'll try to go with the story option of him trusting in the Force.
We call that headcanon, right?
Yes. There's a lot of headcanon with the Star Wars stories. Look, it's the Microsoft Windows screensaver. Look, it's Feed.
Yeah.
Is this where she gets replaced with
I think so.
Emma
It's
Swan?
definitely not... It's definitely Natalie Portman there in that shot.
Yeah, Keira Knightley. That's her name.
Yeah. And it's Rose Byrne in the second one.
I forgot that Rose Byrne is in the second one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a bad looking shot. Where was this? Naboo was in Italy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, proving why Italy's so pretty. Or why I want to go to Italy. Yeah, that's definitely not Natalie Portman.
She's behind. Camp 4. Why not Camp 1 through 3? What's in those camps?
Who knows?
This is the calmest invasion I've ever seen.
I know, right? Everyone's just moving so naturally.
We're all just walking around. Do you think these battle droids are going to pose a threat this time?
No, never.
Come on. Surely someday. Just walking.
The double kick.
I think this is the one where we get the weird beeping noise when he pushes.
Yep.
Have you seen them fight the battle droids, bro?
They could handle this in their sleep.
There's Padme right there.
Yeah. I saw her over in the steps as well.
Yeah. I couldn't make her out in the steps, but yeah, obviously she's right there.
She
My
looks
feelings
so
tell me they will destroy you.
Yeah.
This dude's acting his ass off. I appreciate it.
We are brave, you highness.
They're just walking in.
They're so casual. You know what it feels like? It feels like when like we're playing Halo and they're like, this enemy camp is very overrun with banished, and you just walk in and you're like, hi.
Yeah. That doesn't compute. You're under arrest.
You're under arrest. He did the double kick twice.
Bro, we get a new move.
I feel like his saber would have hit one of them.
Yes.
I feel like someone lost an arm here.
My favorite joke is the one with Luke in Obi-Wan's hut. Like the memes where it's him cutting his head off.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna keep out of trouble?
No, it's Jar Jar. He's an idiot. Hey guys, look, it's droids.
Your favorite?
I do love droids. I have a droid.
Which one?
I made an R2 when I was
nice.
in Disney.
Oh, you've been to Disney. Look at you.
Yeah. The shield generator.
The direction there was like, make your eyes go wide there. Love R2. Doesn't give a fuck. F in the chat.
That scream was so brutal.
Whistling, beeping. Now I love the noise of pain that R2 makes.
Me too.
Is he gonna make it here? I think he gets a little fried here, doesn't he?
I think so. I know that he makes it at the beginning of Revenge of the Sith.
Yes. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay then. You think that was a moment where all the fanboys cheered in 1999?
Yeah.
They're Tatooine and they're like,
I think when they said it's controlled by the Hutts, that was another one.
the Hutts are gangsters.
Gangsters.
Nope. No,
The Hutts barely exist in the first film.
Oh, I guess I hardly know her.
No. There's a lot of just cutting back to this Trade Federation ship.
And what are they doing? They're just sitting and standing in these gray rooms. Don't you hate when the treaty can't get signed?
The Treaty of Versailles?
Yes, that one.
Gotcha.
So this is where we learn what the Sith are. I think people forget that's a prequel thing.
There's two of them.
Dormammu.
I've come to bargain. R2D2. That was the line where the fans started cheering.
Yeah. It's like, what's the least impressive way to do all this stuff? And they figured it out. I love that the decoy queen is using her power to go on a little power trip. Be like, hey, Padme, why don't you go clean that droid off?
I know. It's like when you're given a task by like your manager and then you give it to someone else.
Yep. No, in this,
But
it's like
you would
if
be
you
giving
give
it
the
to
task
your
back to your
manager.
manager. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever have a good brisky morning munchin?
No, actually.
Damn. You should live like the Gungans. You could cut that. Easily. I think they want you to think she's more childlike than she is because of Anakin.
Didn't she just finish doing Lost in Translation?
That wasn't her. That was Scarlett
That was
Johansson,
ScarJo?
and that was 2003. ScarJo was 17 when they did that.
She just finished. What movie did she just finish? It was the one with Bill Murray, right?
Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman just finished some movie.
She was in Leon the Professional, but that was 5 years before this. Are you looking it up?
Of course I am. Oh yeah, weird.
Yeah, you were thinking of
Getting my
ScarJo.
Natalie Portman mixed up.
Hate when that happens.
Poop.
I think that's a good soundbite. Oh, I'm gonna need to pull that soundbite when I listen back.
Hey. What's with that bell? In Star Wars, that would not be the bell that it makes.
Yeah, I don't know. Boy, get in here now.
Boy. Here he is, little Anakin.
Could you imagine how much more fanfare all this would receive if this movie were in 2021?
I think it would have been
Everything
the
would be an
exact-
epic moment.
Oh, yes, you mean like pauses?
Well, just in general, there would be more effective build up to characters that people knew. They would treat it like an event to see Anakin, and here he just runs
Are
in.
you an angel? Angel, I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. She's totally gonna bang that kid. It's weird to think about. He's 9,
Yes.
she's 14, and then she's like, "I'm gonna marry you one day."
Imagine being in 8th grade looking at a 3rd grader being like, I'm going to marry them.
I know, right? They're gonna have my babies.
He's a person.
Oh, that's a bad line read.
Yeah.
I know, amongst a lot of bad line reads, but that one in particular stood out to me.
I think you're supposed to like be like, oh, is it C-3PO in the background? And then, no, it's not C-3PO. He's building C-3PO at home.
We have
Hit the
C-3PO at
nose.
home. C-3PO at home. What is that robot doing? It's really just there to be like, look, we had a practical robot on set.
Yep. He's just moving the switches back and forth. Some random house just doesn't work on him.
I know, right?
Such a contrivance. We have to make the next half-hour movie happen.
Because he's a toydarian and mind tricks don't work on him. Which
Sure.
I don't understand.
Manny, they're just
Yes?
built different.
You don't know who else was built different? C-3PO.
He's not as bad as people make him out to be.
No.
He's
a
an
child
okay.
actor.
He's an okay child actor.
Yeah. He's not the worst I've seen.
No. Yippee!
Yippee! Don't you just love space slaves saying yippee?
Yes. I get to go home to my slave mother.
Who a lot of people thought was gonna be Rey's mom.
Oh God.
Remember the whole Shmi Skywalker theories?
No, literally no. But you said
Oh.
that, and I'm like, oh, I can't imagine this. I don't want to imagine this.
Oh, there were legit people thinking that Shmi Skywalker was gonna come back in Rise of Skywalker.
Okay. I'll believe, like, not that I won't believe any theory, but if you say there's a theory that exists, I'll believe any theory that I hear. That,
Yeah.
that it's a theory that exists by
That's a
someone.
theory that exists.
Yes. I'll tell you what. I watched enough Jedi Council that I was very sure that Snoke was going to be Darth Plagueis back in the day.
I never bought into him being Plagueis. Sebulba.
He's speaking Huttese here, apparently, even though he's not a Hutt.
Does everyone just speak Huttese on Tatooine?
I'm wondering that now.
It sounds like he's playing a
Chappa
Sims game.
Maybe Chowa.
Maybe that Star Wars crossover with The Sims 4 fit a lot better than we thought.
I didn't know that happened.
Oh yeah, it was for Galaxy's Edge.
Busted my ass. Why does Qui-Gon's hair look green?
Because he's on a green screen.
I know the actual answer. I'm just like, my God, it really looks green there. I love this library we're about to get here. Looks pretty bad. Looks around for a half second. Yeah, looks pretty bad.
Panaka's always a character that I've known was here, but I'm like, what do you do?
don't
Like, you're
need
just
him at all.
security? Like, yeah, exactly.
Her bones are aching. That's a thing I hear from older people that I'm sure I'll experience with. They're like, "Oh man, my knee pain's really acting up since it got cold." I'm like,
Since it
I
got
can't
cold,
relate.
I've never heard. I've heard like my knee pain is acting up, or like my back is acting up.
Like caused by the weather is that my joint pain or whatever has been worsened by the weather conditions. I've heard people say that.
I mean, I guess I could understand it because like motors and all that kind of stuff do get colder. Like your throat, like I don't want to say like tubes, but it does change depending on if you have a hot drink or a cold drink. So I guess I could understand your bones aching depending on the weather.
Mm. Now here's a question: Qui-Gon and Shmi, there's something there?
I think in
I don't mean
the
did something
sense
literally
that-
happen.
No,
I'm
no, no,
just
no,
saying,
no.
do you feel
No,
some
I
chemistry?
I think there's chemistry, and I think that like helps the whole devastation of Qui-Gon not being able to get Shmi, but only being able to get Anakin.
C-3PO. Look at, you can literally see all his wires. He's not perfect. Is that you trying to walk after getting your booster today?
Booster.
Booster.
Yes, the booster.
My parts are showing.
I don't know what it is. Star Wars makes wipes work.
Yep. It's a what?
It's a trick, not a trap.
No, it doesn't have the same ring to it. How many people do we need to say it's bait?
Bait. It's bait.
Bait.
Oh, Coruscant.
You're a cool design. You look terrible in this movie.
In this movie, yes.
Imagine being Ray Park and they're like, "Sorry, you're not good enough at your two lines. We're gonna have to replace. We're gonna have to replace you for
Your
the dialogue."
voice. Yeah, I know. I was like, Ray Park does all the physical stuff, but it's Peter Serafanowicz? Serafanowicz, who does the voice of him.
Or as Mr. Bust My Ass said on Collectible at once, Peter Serafanowicz.
Yeah.
That's how he pronounced it. Like, I don't know how to pronounce it. Boom.
Is this the Suicide Squad? What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?
And that Slipknot, a man who can climb anything.
This is a Bulba. He's got my back. His pod racer traps the souls of my victims.
I would advise not racing him. I like that this is laser sword. I don't know why. I just
Me
like
too. It feels useful. I've always liked the mysticism of Jedi. Of like kids being like, yo, Jedis might be real, and hearing all the fables and stories about Jedi. That's always interested me.
Yeah. I actually don't mind this scene.
This isn't that bad.
You ever feel bad for Liam Neeson because he took the role without reading a single word of the script?
Yeah.
Well, not feel bad for him. He got well compensated, and no one considers him the problem with this movie.
No. And it doesn't seem like even he hates
seemed
that he's
yeah,
attached to it. Like, he's like we talk about Ahmed Best, like he's grown. Not like I don't know his feelings at the time, but since then, like he's been very open about Star Wars and that he enjoyed his time on it. So he did come back for Rise of Skywalker, right?
Ahmed, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, he had one line in that whole sequence with all the Jedi.
I like the sequence, in theory.
That Rise of Skywalker sequence.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll get to it. F. That light just comes from out of nowhere. Never seen Anakin talk to his mom.
I know, right? I'm like,
Mom, you always say this thing off screen.
When did Anakin become Martin Luther King? Just like the issues that we aren't talking to each other. Mom?
Ma. He was meant to help you.
He is the Messiah.
He's Jesus, folks. That's what we're trying to say here.
Yes. I do like seeing the banthas.
Ooh, you want a live letterboxd report?
Oh boy, let's hear it.
Our friend Alex Marzonia has given the Santa Claus 3, the Escape Clause, 1.5 stars.
Why didn't we do Santa Claus 3?
Because I don't want to watch any of those.
Oh no, I understand. It just would have been funny.
You're the only person who will swear by the Santa Claus 3.
Oh, I don't swear by it. I'm just saying, that's what I know Martin Short.
Martin Short.
Martin Short from.
You almost said Martin Sheen, didn't you?
Yes. I get them confused.
Your father lived by a philosophy. He believed if you could do good things for other people, you had a moral obligation to do those things. That's what's at stake here. Not choice. Responsibility. It rolls off the tongue.
It really does. I'm ruined. I have nothing.
In the West. Except this pod racer.
I have seen people using that sound over the last week to just say, A, to talk about Spider-Man, but B, just to talk about all the shows that are ending.
'Tis the season, sadly.
Yeah. And Netflix, is just canceling a bunch of shows again.
Oh, they are again?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Grumbling continues. High five. Methinks.
Maybe it's Meth Inks. Ewan is great. Not that anyone needs to hear it.
No.
But
I've never been, he doesn't have much to do in this movie. Like, why is he on the ship right now, for one?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I've never been impressed by him in this movie, but he really just doesn't have much to do.
He doesn't have much to do, but, I can hear his cadence and the way he talks and the sort of mannerisms that he does where I'm like, all right, he's very clearly doing a very good Alec Guinness impression.
Yeah, I just get annoyed in this movie because, they know Qui-Gon's gonna die at the end of the movie. Why do we need this much focus on Qui-Gon? He doesn't even have, much of an arc, really. It doesn't seem to matter much for Obi-Wan. It's just, a contrived way to make Obi-Wan Anakin's master at the end, which you don't need this for.
Yeah.
You could literally just have Obi-Wan be Qui-Gon and not die at the end.
Yeah.
Have him be the master.
Or just have more Obi-Wan scenes with Anakin. Maybe he is an older brother type figure when he's hanging out with Qui-Gon and Padme. I don't know. Something to give him more of a purpose. That way, by the time it gets to the end, and he's like, all right, I'm going to have to take you under my wing. It means something to Anakin. Because at the end of it, Obi-Wan is just someone else that he met, and then they become really good friends.
Yeah. Oh, this is sweet. I love the little Greedo kid. I mean, the Boonta race tomorrow.
You're such a joker, Annie.
Oh, it's never gonna run.
Ball is life, even in space.
Ball is like. I bet that's not going to come into play soon.
Don't we all, 3PO?
Yeah. Kidster, why are you such a dick? It's Kidster, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, okay. I kept thinking his name was Wizard, and that's just because he's about to say, that's
No.
so Wizard, Annie. It'd be funny if Annie started the pod racer and shredded Jar Jar's arm.
Yeah. I think people have made that edit before.
Yeah.
The movie's 22 years old. I'm sure that edit has been made.
Is it working? Is it working?
It's working!
Aw. Sad.
Shmi. I don't know why that cut was so funny to her just standing. Oh boy, is this where we get the Metachlorians?
Mm-hmm. The midichlorians, yes. Sure you are. Ooh, a live Discord report. Elena loved The Matrix Resurrections. Let's go.
Hey, we love to hear that from them. How does he send a blood sample through there?
Fuck if I know.
This isn't Star Trek. Like, in Star Trek,
need
I
a
get
midichlorian
it.
count.
It's over 9,000!
Damn it, how stupid you do it. I fucking hate you.
Means he's the chosen one. Shmi knows. Shmi has known. Darth Maul's ship, folks. Now, Darth Maul is ultimately a wasted villain in this movie, but damn Clone Wars. And I'll talk about Clone Wars a lot during the prequels, because damn Clone Wars. But damn, man, Clone Wars.
Sorry, all I can think of when I think of Darth Maul and Clone Wars is that his brother's name is Savage
Press. That was actually a really good storyline, too.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've heard. But I just can't get past that name.
Star Wars names have always been stupid.
I love the sound design of these droids here.
Now, you saw... How many episodes of Star Wars Visions did you watch?
First two.
So you saw the karaoke one?
Yeah.
Where the,
where they play here.
Where they play at the Mos Eisley race.
At the Boonta.
The Boonta race.
Boonta? I hardly know her.
Hey, he said it. I didn't. Anakin. Just as a live COVID vaccine update, I'm starting to get chills now,
Oh boy.
and a headache is forming.
Uh-oh. Oh, I really hope we don't have to stop this commentary.
Oh no, we'll make it through.
Okay. Well, when I actually got COVID, I had a horrible night of chills.
That's a rip. When I had gotten my second dose of the vaccine, it was a rough night. But it's only 1 millisecond of what you had.
A chance cube.
That's what you think. You'll win the race.
Mm-hmm.
You'll trust in the Force, always.
Ah, ha ha ha.
There
So
it is.
wizard.
He's so wizard.
Of course. What's that delivery?
Kitster's right.
Kitster's such a bro. I love Kitster.
I love Kitster.
Kitster's like, oh man, I just made everyone lose faith in him. And he's like, give me a hug, Annie.
Give me a hug. It's like that scene from Toy Story when Woody and Buzz are over in Sid's house and he takes Buzz's arm. He's like, give me a hand. And he throws him the hand. He's like, ha ha ha. Very funny. And he does the whole hugging reenactment. So good.
That's absolutely right. Now, we're going to have maybe the biggest F in the chat in the history of Star Wars with one of our racers here that has a very bad time.
Yes, he does.
There he is, Mr. Ben Quadraneros. Sebulba playing to the crowd.
We love Sebulba. I mean, he's terrible.
Yeah,
But we love Sebulba.
Sebulba's like that racist uncle at every family get-together. He's terrible, but you love him.
You love him.
Clegg Holdfast. Some of these names I've never actually paid attention to before. Clegg Holdfast is a hell of a name.
Dudbolt.
Dudbolt. With the Volturine 327. Odamandrel.
I'm sorry, this is a funny scene. This is good writing.
A local boy. This flag shot is cool and it cuts off way too quick.
It is cool.
Anakin has his own flag.
Really?
P-USA, yeah. Now, we've talked a lot of shit, but the sequence we're about to get is awesome.
Oh, the pod race is fantastic. Maybe
So,
it
but
goes
what
on
you
just a
dick?
little bit too long,
Yeah, maybe
but at the
just
end
a
of the
little.
day, I still love this sequence. And, you know, it's very NASCAR in the fact that they only turn left,
Yeah.
but I do love this race sequence.
Sleemo. You ever played the Pod Racer game for the N64?
I have not, but it's now on Switch, folks.
I bought
Switch
it on the Switch a couple years
PS4.
ago, and then I bought my N64, and that was one of the games that the owner had that they sent with it.
I've thought about getting KOTOR again on Switch, but I don't know. Also, while we're talking about like good things, the poster for this movie is great.
Oh,
Of
with the Darth Vader
Anakin with the
reflection?
Darth Vader shadow. It's a
Yeah.
great poster. Also, is that Bib Fortuna?
I think it might be supposed to be. Might be supposed to be.
Might be supposed to be. Because I know that
Yeah.
I don't think he has a line in this movie.
They're still dragging those flags.
Yeah.
He's fine.
She is the queen.
Oh, what does that line mean?
I do want a new pod racer game, by the way.
Oh, it would be fun now.
I think I said it in the Discord, but I said give us a pod racer game in the vein of Forza Horizon. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah. Oh, the sound design's so good. This is the magic of the movies right here. Warwick Davis!
Why was that the noise it made?
Yeah, why did it make a fart noise when he spat it out?
Right?
It's oh man, it's Anakin and Ben Quadraneros.
Kitster. There he is. We
Yeah.
love seeing our boy.
Aren't they making a Willow show now?
They are. Comes out, I think, next year.
Never
First
seen
time
Willow,
I
don't
saw
care, really.
Willow was 7th grade? 8th grade? I can't remember, but our middle school would always, on the last day of school, for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, they would take us to go see an old movie. So the first one was Superman because it lined up with Man of Steel. Then was either Willow or Bill and Ted, and it ended on one of those. I think
I think you mentioned
was
Bill and Ted
Bill.
on the podcast.
Yeah, I think it was Bill and Ted, and then was Willow. But that's how I saw those movies. Look, it's Aura Singh. Doesn't have anything to do, but she's here.
I mean, that's like every character in Star Wars. Doesn't have anything to do, but they're here.
Yeah. I like that there isn't a score.
Yep. It picks up in the third lap, but
Yeah.
for most of the sequence, you don't have it.
I really like that it is just focusing on the sound. It's kind of why I like Ford v Ferrari, where there's just those sequences of just listening to the car engines.
Oh, F in the chat.
F in the chat. There's the Tusken Raiders, and now they're shooting at them.
They had another name back in the day.
Yes.
We don't use
I don't
that
say
anymore.
that name. I've always said
No.
Tusken Raiders. Oh no, I did say the other name. But since I found out the name was Tusken Raiders, that's what I've said.
I still think of the other name just because I've watched A New Hope so much, more than I've watched any of the other movies in the series.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think first, and it's like, eh.
Oh, poor thing. Yikes, the blue on R2 is not picking up well. Yay, yippee!
Elena asks to be on the Revenge of the Sith commentary.
Alright, Elena.
Of course, Elena. I'll say it on the air too, in case you have to yell at us about it.
Also, Elena, to be fair, we were going to watch Shrek the Third.
Yeah, but we thought you were still watching Matrix, and we could have waited a little while. But oh well. Oh, the sound effects.
It's good. Guys, there's good in Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
It's not all bad. Which I know, like, that opinion isn't controversial anymore of saying that Phantom Menace isn't a terrible movie. It's not good, per se.
No,
but
it's not good. It's like 2.5 stars.
Yeah.
Is what I give it. It's enjoyable enough when I watch it, but it's not good overall.
It's not what I'm gonna rewatch, but when I do my rewatches of Star Wars, I'm never dreading it like I am Attack of the Clones.
Or Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, Rise of Skywalker. Which we'll get to.
I've seen it. We will do it. I've seen it maybe 3 times. It gets worse every time.
I think I've only seen it twice. Once in theaters, and then my parents wanted to watch it, so I put it on for them. And that was the last time I saw it.
I watched it the day I got the 4K, and then I watched it again on Star Wars Day this year.
Womp.
Now, is this just a magnet, or is he using the Force?
I always took it as a magnet.
Yeah. But I wonder if the Force is doing a little something, something.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Remember how Finn did and didn't have the Force?
Yeah.
He had something to tell Rey, and it might have been that he had the Force, but they just never elaborated on it.
It might have also been that he was down bad.
Well, I understand if he was down bad.
Rey!
That's gotta hurt. And this is the point where the sequence starts dragging.
Yeah. It's like you could have cut the second race short and then focus on the third.
Yeah. Or you can just make it so that it's a 2-lap race.
Yeah,
those
that
exist.
also works.
I never realized how much bigger Sebulba's pod racer is.
Compared to Annie's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are the cameras?
Great question.
Use the hood, Red. Use the hood.
Huh?
It's a hoodwinked reference.
Oh, okay. I don't feel bad for not getting that.
No, you probably wouldn't get it. So Red Riding Hood helps a goat escape a mountain that's experiencing an avalanche, and they fly off the railroad, and she sees her grandma in the clouds saying, "Use the hood, Red, use the hood," and then she uses her hood as a parachute.
Sure. Oh, so I don't think anyone really cares. I'm gonna keep talking about the King's Man.
Go ahead.
There's a part in the King's Man where Rafe finds and invents the parachute. Or I don't know if he invents the parachute, but he explains the parachute to the other people he's with. And he's like, "This is a parachute. You use it when you jump out of a moving plane." And I'm like, I don't know if he's supposed to be the inventor of the parachute, but it's kind of funny.
It sounds funny. This is a parachute. You use it for a moving plane.
I would advise not being killed by the cold, hard ground.
The ground traps the blood of its victims.
And now the score is really great.
We are pretty much exactly halfway through this movie.
Yes. Inga boonga.
Oh, that was an interesting noise. Oh. And this is where Sebulba dies.
Yeah, does he die? No, he doesn't die.
Doesn't his pod racer blow up? I think canonically he's not dead.
No, I think his seat his pod racer blows up, but his seat falls out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there we go.
McClunky.
Yeah. Yippee! Everyone says yippee in this universe.
Yippee!
The little Greedo kid starts dancing.
I love it.
Ooh! Ah!
Now, where do you think Pennywise is in this crowd?
Huh?
I was making a Space Jam reference.
Oh, okay. I'll do a commentary for the first movie. I will not do a commentary for the second one.
Jabba was all of us.
Jabba is you right now feeling those side effects.
That was an awkward hug.
You mean you don't have immediate chemistry with a 14-year-old girl when you're 9 years old, knowing that you're gonna eventually marry her and impregnate her?
They had to close the windows. They couldn't leave the...
Huh?
Sorry. I tried to make a Silk Sonic joke, but it failed. I was going to make a joke about how the Jedi aren't supposed to make love, so they had to close the doors, but Bruno wanted to leave the door open.
Oh, okay. I was like, close the windows. I don't remember that off the top of my head.
Close the windows.
Damn, Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan has no chill. He's just trying to get back home. He's trying to go hang out with Duchess Satine, man.
I thought her name was Sabine. I always get it mixed up.
Sabine is Rebels.
Yeah, but what about the real female love interest in Star Wars? Mara Jade.
Yeah. George Lucas loved Mara Jade.
Have you seen that Robot Chicken video?
No.
Oh, it was a video behind the scenes of Robot Chicken. I think it's like a sketch that they did. I don't think Lucas was actually that mad about it, but someone was pitching to bring Mara Jade in for Clone Wars or something, and he started yelling at this dude, like one of the Robot Chicken writers. I think I have it bookmarked. I'll send you the tweet.
Yeah, I was about to do the Spider-Man 2 Aunt May speech of like putting Mara Jade's face on Peter and then just having Aunt May go, "He loved you."
Can I go, please? Excuse me.
Another yippee.
It's like our fifth one.
Yeah. I was about to say, you know how I remembered the entire plot of Phantom Menace?
What?
Weird Al Yankovic's cover of American Pie, which is titled the the saga begins. That's the name of the song, but he goes through the entirety of the Phantom Menace storyline to the tune of American Pie. Or, I don't know if that's the name of the song, but she was singing my Miss American Pie. Oh, Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. That song.
I know what the American Pie song is. I just didn't know I didn't know there was a Weird Al song that recounts the events of Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah.
I'm not well versed with Weird Al. I know White and Nerdy, and that's about it.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I know White. I know. I was gonna say I know White and Nerdy because it's me.
Because it's you.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I did not expect a George Takei impression to happen on this commentary.
Just wait until we watch The Last Airbender.
Is he in that?
For an episode.
Oh, the show.
Yes. Oh my god.
Okay.
Nick, you. I don't think it was a bit, but I hope it was the bit. Because there is no Last Airbender movie.
Well, no, you literally said Last Airbender. You didn't say Avatar.
Well, because if I say Avatar, you're going to think I'm talking about blue people.
Well, I've seen the movie. I know George Takei is not in the Blue People movie.
Those are some steep and skinny stairs. Like, what if someone has to bring home something and they have to go up those skinny and steep stairs that are like 4 feet tall?
Oh, dude, I'm dreading when I eventually move into an apartment with my friends. If we're on the second floor, I'm dreading having to carry groceries up those stairs. It's gonna be the worst thing ever. Huh?
Sorry, I said it's rough.
Oh, they said get a truck. I'm like, what's a truck gonna do? Am I gonna drive a truck up some
No.
stairs?
I said it's rough because I was living in an upstairs apartment last year.
Yeah, in college I was on the second floor, but we had an apartment in the building, as opposed to like exterior stairs that you would get in most apartment complexes.
So I want you to know that you said...
We're talking over another good scene here.
This is another good scene. I want you to know that you said, in college I lived on the second floor, but we had an apartment up inside. Like, I don't know if you meant to say elevator. Yeah, I'm like, did you mean elevator?
We had an apartment inside my apartment.
I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how it works.
A donut hole inside a donut's hole.
It is not a donut, but a donut hole.
I don't know which of ours was worse. This scene comes out of nowhere.
It really does.
In a normal movie, you get a sequence of Darth Maul actually stalking them as they go through the desert. Also, where are the rest of the characters? Did they already go back?
I think they're
they
already
went back
on
to the ship, and Qui-Gon went back with Anakin, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they're there. I like the chrome design of that ship, though.
Me too. Once again, folks, it was a physical prop, a physical model.
That's a cool shot.
It is a cool shot. Are you all right?
What a moment. Is he riding a droideka?
No. He's doing the Thanos chair thing.
Ah, oh, damn it. Rumored underwater villages. Why does it have that voice? It doesn't sound like any of the other battle droids.
No, the battle droids in this movie sound very different compared to...
We're looking for these rumored underwater villages.
So crisp.
Dude looks like he's holding in a poop.
Really, Anakin? Have you lived in the Midwest? Because I don't think it's that cold, okay? You lived on a desert planet your entire life. What do you know about cold?
What do you know about the Midwest, Manny?
It's mid. Skyline chili.
Skyline chili. Your Cincinnati Reds, who haven't won a World Series since 1990.
Mid.
You ever just talk to a 9-year-old about how the Queen used to convince the Senate to intervene? He knows what all these words mean.
He does. Japor.
Japor snippet. You ever carve your crush something out of a Japor snippet?
No, but my friend carved his girlfriend a wand out of wood.
Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Excuse me. I care for you too.
Coruscant, baby. Looks like you're flying over like Texas or something.
Yes, we see that. Do you remember my amazing Chancellor Valorum reference in the Discord like last week?
No.
It was one of my funniest moments. Now, this is Terrence Stamp. You know who Terrence Stamp is?
No.
He plays General Zod in Superman 2.
Oh, okay.
He's also the voice of the Prophet of Truth in Halo 3. He replaced the guy from Halo 2. I don't think he's particularly good in Halo 3, but he is the voice of the Prophet of Truth in that one.
Gotcha.
Ian's always got a shit-eating grin on his face.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, man, this is really all working perfectly.
It is going exactly as planned.
What a head of hair he's got, too.
I know, right? I was like, he really had a look in this film. He can hear.
I love this moment with Anakin.
Me too.
He's like, wait, what? Hold on, what?
I'm watching you.
He's like, am I going with you? Am I going with them?
Ugh, I didn't need to hear Jar Jar say that. Also, did you know that Jar Jar has a girlfriend in Clone Wars?
I did not.
Yeah, he has a girlfriend in Clone Wars that comes back a couple times.
Mm. Yeah, they had the idea for Coruscant here, but not the design.
No.
They're like, give me some better. Industrial buildings.
It looks better in 2, and it looks the best in 3.
Yes. Technically, it's in Rise of Skywalker, isn't it, when they're light speed skipping?
I think we do see it. It was going to be in the original script.
The Trevorrow
one. And I think I've read that script. It doesn't It's not perfect, but I think
More
it's
cohesive
better.
as a trilogy is
It
what I've
is.
heard. Not
Well,
not necessarily
not
good
just
in and of
as a
itself.
trilogy, just as wrapping
Well,
up
as a
all
as a
9
movie.
films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is riveting.
I'm
Are they?
so
I have not.
interested.
I have not seen one Naboo die in that very, very bloodless invasion that was happening.
You mean the light breeze walk?
My people are dying. Let's take a brisk stroll outside.
Exactly. Ah, the Jedi Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, it's Yaddle. Yaddle's back there.
Okay, I don't know how hot this take is. Mace Windu is such a shit character. There's nothing to him.
Yeah.
Okay. I do not believe the Sith could have returned.
A lot of the characters in these movies are pretty bad.
Well, I know.
Like, I agree about Mace Windu in that he doesn't do anything, and
He sits there with his hands exactly like that for like all 3 movies
yeah.
until he dies.
And there are like other characters here, like Plo Koon has no role to play in these movies. In Clone Wars, yes, I'm going back to Clone Wars. He's such an important figure in that show, especially in the first season.
Damn, I've got like 5 movies to get through before you stop talking about Clone Wars.
Yeah.
We got to get through the spin-offs too.
So really, we only have 3.
After this.
Yeah, after this, we only have 3. Because 2, 3, and then Solo are really the only ones that do Clone Wars.
Rogue One doesn't have anything?
Rogue One, not really, no.
Saw Gerrera in that or in Rebels?
He's in both. He is in Clone Wars, and then you see him in Rogue One, and then he ages up in Rebels, and he comes back there. Same thing with
Save the dream.
Same thing with Captain Rex.
Okay.
You see him in Clone Wars. I guess spoilers for Rebels. You see him in Clone Wars. You see him in Rebels, and then he's at the Battle of Yavin 4.
Yeah. They have that one bald actor with a white beard that they're like, yep, he's Rex.
Yeah. Which, that one doesn't bother me as much. Like, there were some people saying with Spider-Man, they're like, oh yeah, that kid in Iron Man 2, totally Peter Parker.
Oh,
and I'm
that one's stupid.
Let's not do that.
Anakin Skywalker. Of all the ways you could emphasize it, it's like,
Anakin
ladies and gentlemen,
Skywalker.
who fight us?
Who fight us?
I think this is a reshot scene. His hair looks longer.
Yeah, I was about to say, his hair looks shaggy.
Yeah.
That looks like a very
Sorry
cool
if-
convention center.
Yeah, I'd go see Comic-Con there.
Right?
Sorry if it sounds like there's farts going on. My leather gaming chair is making noises every time I shift in my seat. This is the least interesting scene of all time in any movie, I think.
I know, I've already lost interest. I'm like, alright, cool, we got Anakin off of Tatooine, and now it's just politics for the next...
The chair recognizes the do-do-do from the do-do-do.
Yeah.
Oh, he got me back. He mentioned the taxation of the tread routes. I am there for it.
Ooh, oppression. He's got me back.
Survive!
Savage oppress.
Oh, the chair does not recognize him. Get fucking owned. That's all they are. Just allegations. Uh-oh, you're gonna clip that, aren't you?
You're the one that does all the editing.
Yeah, but on these, I don't edit them. I go little behind the scenes, folks. I just edit the intros and outros of these, and then as I listen back, I will clip stuff out and share my Discord. The Congress of Melister. I love that dude that was sitting down to his left. He's just chilling. Now, where do we see the ET people in here?
I'm trying to see.
They're like in the background.
They
I
are
think
in the background.
they're more visible than like most of the other. There's like one shot where they're very visible.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, there's a
It might have
shot
already
where
happened.
we will definitely see them.
Okay, so I have a question here.
Okay.
The thing that's about to happen here is a little strange.
Oh,
Does-
here. Oh, dang it.
Yeah, I think it was there. Does it only take one person from one planet to say I have no confidence in this person
Right?
for them to lose all their power?
I think Naboo, and specifically Queen Amidala, hold higher importance than other...
They have unilateral control over the Supreme Chancellor.
Yeah, like, something about Naboo is very important. I don't know exactly what it is, but they... Oh, they're there. Bottom left.
Yep, there we go. I like this blue guy. He's a through line through all these.
Max Rebo? Well, his
No.
race. The boy. Somebody's got to teach the boy how to live.
Anakin Skywalker.
Foo Fighters. It's funny that Obi-Wan is so, like, persistent about just follow the code. Meanwhile, like, okay, all right, again, Clone Wars. In Clone Wars, him and Satine definitely got down. And the whole, like, oh, Jedi aren't supposed to have attachments. Him and Satine definitely were an attachment. It's very clearly shown.
So and this is also something that comes up in the sequel trilogy, but the argument that like Rey had to be related to someone, I've never liked, because literally the way they found Jedi as we see it in the prequels is that they would just steal kids from wherever they grew up. It wasn't like being a Jedi was hereditary. The Jedi didn't have their own kids.
Yeah.
They found kids that had the power within them. But yet, when we have the protagonist of that sequel trilogy, she has to be related to someone. That's the only explanation as to why she can have that much power.
Leads to suffering. That's also a good scene.
He's literally just sitting there stroking his chin. He's like, those are some words that Master Yoda just said. Young
Bars.
Skywalker.
Bars. All right, we're getting a lot of exterior shots, establishing shots.
Yep, they're still on Coruscant. Your Highness.
Here he is, Palpy.
Oh, look at that shit eating Grant.
Right?
A surprise, to be
one.
sure, but a welcome one.
Watching this after, like, going through sequel memes has the same energy as, you know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Okay, we're not talking about No Way Home. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was referencing Spider-Man 1.
No, I know. But you reminded me of something that happens in No Way Home.
Gotcha.
There's one actual moment of filmmaking that we just missed over, but when I think Panaka's talking, they quickly pan over to Palpatine, and it's kind of sinister.
Gotcha. Ha, that's what you think.
They'll force you to sign the treaty.
Your Highness. That line delivery. Please, Your Majesty, come back. Stay here where it's safe. Oh, hi, Padme. I did not kill her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not kill her. I did not.
I did not hit her.
Oh, hi, Padme. I know I'm changing it.
Oh, okay. I got you now. He will not be trained.
I'll train him myself.
Hands on hips. Fine, I'll do it myself. Now, I don't know if that was a particularly good Josh Brolin impression I just did, but it sounded better than most impressions I do of other people.
Mm. Also, Yoda's a little idiot in these movies. Like, he's like,
oh yeah,
he's clouded by the dark side. It's like, no, you're clouded.
So are you.
You can't see.
Yeah.
And it's implied that Mace taps into the dark side of the Force.
Yeah, they really just don't do shit with Jedi in this movie.
No, they don't.
They're literally only sitting in this room.
Literally.
Yo, why is that shot of Qui-Gon so blurry?
Now, Nick, who's that guy that's sitting next to Mace on the right side?
It's not Plo Koon. It's another guy, right?
No, that was Plo Koon.
Okay.
I think the other guy you're thinking about is Ki-Adi-Mundi.
No, I know Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Yeah.
I thought there was another guy. A third one.
The
third one that's like...
The three that usually
the
come up.
The three that die in Order 66.
Yeah, that's Kit Fisto. That might
Kit
be
Fisto, that's the other one I was trying to think of.
General Grievous kills his apprentice. It's brutal.
You ever see like one of my favorite tweets of all time where someone was like, Star Wars really just be like, yep, there's a glup shitto.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to train you, but I'm going to steal you from the council and have you come along with me on this dangerous mission. I want you to stay close to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot we literally stopped the movie in the tracks to explain midichlorians fully.
What are midichlorians?
I've been wondering.
You know, you didn't need this. You could have easily
I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, you could have easily just said, oh, he's Force sensitive. He's more heightened to the Force than others are.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. I thought all these years they literally said symbiote, as in like Spider-Man symbiote. It's symbiont, apparently. Yeah.
I also like how the Force is always capitalized.
It's like how when you're talking about Jesus, the H and he is always capitalized, or him.
Or God, if you're talking about specifically Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
That G is always capitalized.
That guy, yeah. To protect and serve.
What is this, the NYPD? How was R2 supposed to get up that bump?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna cut before you get up earlier. Before you can get, I was reminded of something earlier. I think in Tatooine, he was down in Watto's shop when they cut before he got up the stairs because there's no way he could get up the stairs.
I think that's in A New Hope too. Like they have him going down the stairs, and you can see someone like shimmying him down.
Kenny Baker just doing the cha-cha slide.
Darth Maul.
My apprentice, Darth Maul.
Not from a Jedi.
You catch on
Who
pretty
controls
quick.
the Ya? Do we get Bail in this movie?
Huh?
Do we get Bail Organa in this movie?
Oh, no. He's not until next one.
Okay, because I'm like, I for some reason remember him in this movie, but it's probably that I'm thinking of Tanaka. For the longest time, I thought they were the same person.
It's Panaka with a P.
Panaka, yeah. You think the trees would be reacting more?
There would be some wind, yeah. There's an odd delivery by Qui-Gon. Sounds like a question.
About the boy.
Love that we never see what the trials are.
No. We see it in, say it with me now, Clone Wars.
Yes.
Season
Clone Wars
5
is like, all
has
right,
an
we're going to make sense of all those random lines that never get paid off.
Yeah, for real.
That's the purpose of Clone Wars.
Season 5 has an entire storyline about apprentices and younglings and them going through the trials. And then the end of season 1 of Rebels is focused on Ezra doing the trial. And it's a good episode, too.
More likely they were wiped out.
Misa show you.
I award you the title of Big Boss Nass.
I come before you in peace.
You really gotta trust your decoys and also make sure they understand everything.
Right?
If they say the wrong thing... What a twist! See, she's got her queen voice on.
Yeah. It's like in Sorry to Bother You, where you have like your white voice.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I'd rather watch this movie than Sorry to Bother You.
Different strokes for different folks.
The allegory in Sorry to Bother You is so ridiculously on the head that I just can't handle it.
Kind of like Don't Look Up, Oscar frontrunner this year, folks.
Ugh. Not watching that.
Me neither. It was playing at the theater yesterday when I went to go see The Novice, and I almost did. Well, no, I almost didn't. Like, what am I saying? I didn't see it regardless. I saw it and I was like, why is this playing here?
You're just saying that it was playing.
Yeah. So I'm feeling my eyebrows.
Your eyebrows.
Eyebrows. I'm feeling my eyebrows right now, and I'm like, oof, you need to get trimmed. You ever just do that?
No, I usually... Well, do you mean like in between them?
No. The
unibrow in between? Because I have
no,
that.
The outside.
No. I never really mess with them. I just have a little bit of unibrow that grows between the two that I, like every month or so I'll trim.
Yeah, unibrow I've never gotten, but crazy hairs on the outside I do get.
It's blonde, so like you can't even see it, even if it grows in there.
Yeah.
But oh,
No. General Binks. I love that.
rolls off the tongue. Panaka's in a lot of this fucking movie.
Right? I'm like, for a character that doesn't come back in any meaningful way,
yeah.
why, like, jeez. You're in this more than
Just
Obi-Wan
nothing
is.
character. Yeah. We're about to have 4 different things going on in this climax.
Dang.
The negotiations will be short.
So what, it's the Gungan fight, the invasion with Panaka and Padme, the Maul fight, and then Anakin in space?
Yes, those are the 4.
Yeah.
Don't you hate when you can't penetrate?
Leaving that clean for you to get. He looks like he's doing a little
I think
waddle.
this is a droidica. I think this is droidica this time.
That probably is a droidica. Oh no, it's
I think
not.
they show it. Oh, it's close enough.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, why are you walking? Wipe them out.
All of them.
All of them.
This was the first shot in the first trailer.
It's a good shot.
The trailer everyone went to see Meet Joe Black for in 1998. Have you seen the big scene in Meet Joe Black?
I've never seen Meet Joe Black.
I've never seen the movie, but there's one absolutely bonkers scene in Meet Joe Black. I'm not going to spoil it because you need to see it, but I'll send it to you so you can watch after the commentary.
Windows 95.
You said it earlier, bro. Come on.
I know I did. It's still true.
Great sound effects here. I love the sound it makes when that sound on the shield.
Me too.
So cool. Laser pointers. Why is this? I know they don't have a place for the child, but like, why is this child with you? Why is he not on Coruscant?
A child.
The child of Ra's al Ghul made the climb.
We'll get to those.
I'm excited. We'll do those before Le Batman.
Why do we fall, Bruce?
I thought you were gonna say it.
No. I'm leaving that for the commentary.
Maybe you'll find out why we fall.
Yes.
Sorry, I had the Meet Joe Black scene I was talking about going on in the background.
What was that accent, Padme?
We're about to get Wilhelm screen, I think.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. You're like a half second ahead of me.
A little bit, yeah. We talked about droids a little bit earlier. Is there like a specific model of droid that you would have wanted?
What do you mean that I would have wanted?
Like, because like you have the R2, which is the round dome. Then you have the other like model of ships, which have the flat heads and are a little bit more angular. Then you have your BBs, you have your droidicas. Like, if you were able to have a droid, what would you want?
I would want a 3PO type to talk to. A
Interesting.
protocol droid, I guess you would say.
Yeah,
That's what he's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not like 3PO himself, but
But that type
something in
of-
that vein.
Yeah.
Yes. You probably didn't recognize me because of the red arm. Yep, good leadership, Jar Jar. They weren't going to be steady until you said steady.
Here we go. They're about to drop. Look at that toy shelf.
That's some Al's Toy Barn shit right there.
Oh, Al. I have a friend who we make fun of and say that he looks like Al from Al's Toy Barn.
Oh no. Poor guy.
No,
I can't believe I have to go all the way to work on a Saturday. All the way to work.
But like, he's fine with it because he says that he looks like Al from Al's Toy Barn.
So he's got like the comb over and the beard and everything?
Yes.
We're about to get one shot here that just goes hard for no reason at all. It's the shot where all their heads come up at the same time.
Shot.
This one right here. Why is that shot so cool? Ouch time.
And look at them just walking.
Again, going through the Matrix door.
Yeah. It really is the Dune of shields. The T-pose.
Look at those balls. Oh, you're keeping that one clean too.
Again,
huh?
leaving that one clean.
We're about to get it. You ready? Stay in that cockpit.
Stay in the cockpit.
Oh, it's a cockpit. That's what I said. Here we go. Here we go.
Ah, look at this man.
Look at my red boy.
I love how
Damn, what
unfazed
cowards.
they are by it.
Mm-hmm. What cowards? 2-on-1. R2, not the droida, cuz.
There's that
We've got to
shot.
do something. Have you seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
I've seen parts of it.
Okay. I would love to do that for a commentary.
Yes,
That's one of
I
my
believe
favorite,
you have it listed.
favorite comedies. I don't know where the trigger is. Pushes something that's very obviously a trigger.
Nah, that's the smoke little pellet.
Ah.
The shotgun pellet that's in cars that you would use to light up a cigarette.
Pew pew.
Guys, it's on autopilot.
Check the name on the patch. Sir, it's Bruce Wayne. How many Dark Knight Rises reference can I make in the last 20 minutes of this commentary?
I expect a lot.
Well, now I'm actively trying to think of them. It's a well choreographed fight, but there's absolutely nothing going on
No, there's not.
emotionally. These characters have never met. Well, I guess Qui-Gon briefly fought him. Never mind.
Again, it's not about them. It's about Anakin.
Oh, these push-ins rule.
They do. It's the duel of Anakin's fate, which then is the duel of everyone's fate, because he is the chosen one.
We love duality, don't we?
The duality. The duality.
Now, we're going to get to Revenge of the Sith, but I don't like that fight, and I think it's because it's so overly choreographed that I don't feel the conflict between them that you're supposed to feel.
Gotcha.
I also think it goes on way too long, and they try too hard to make it epic.
I think it goes on too long, too.
So you ever think about how the third act of The Dark Knight Rises has, like, a big army fight in the middle of Wall Street?
Yeah, I think about that all the
like-
time.
All the cops from the sewers are fighting Bane's private army.
Yeah. No, I think about
Like
that all the time.
one randomly practical shot right there with that like half half droid body. It was so weird.
Was that Jeremy Renner? It wasn't, but in my head canon it is because it kind of sounded like him.
Mm. You mean Jeremy Renner of Tag fame?
Tag everyone. You mean Mayor of Easttown? Kingston?
Kingstown?
Kings?
Mayor of Easttown is the Kate Winslet
Well,
HBO
well,
show.
that's Mayor. Mayor.
Yeah,
Of,
like a horse.
Yeah, and then you have Mayor of
Yeah.
East LA.
What else has Jeremy Renner done?
Zero,
Town.
Zero Dark 30.
He's in Zero Dark 30?
I believe so.
I remember Joel Edgerton and Chris Pratt and obviously Jessica Chastain there, who I remember. Oh, you're thinking of Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, my bad.
I haven't seen Hurt Locker. I've seen Zero Dark 30. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's not in it.
No, I'm thinking about Hurt Locker. That's my bad, folks.
Although I have a predisposition against the Hurt Locker because it beat my beloved Avatar for Best Picture that year.
I have a hatred for the King's Speech because it beat out Social Network.
Social Network's better, but I do really like King's Speech.
I just feel like you look back, and that's kind of the downside of hindsight, and also the good thing is that you look back and Social Network was just way more. I don't want to say like important, but that's a movie that has stood the test of time still.
Yes. It's the one of that crop of nominees I think is looked back upon
most favorably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And among the masses, Inception's probably that, but
yeah. And I like Inception.
I do too. But it's also like a lot of people think it's this really complex movie when it's very simple.
It is very simple. It's kind of like the first season of Westworld. Like Westworld seems complicated, but once you watch the entire first season, it's really not.
I gave that the pilot and then I stopped.
Here we go, the meditation scenes.
No one's ever talked about this, but you see how Darth Maul's pacing as opposed to the calmness of Qui-Gon. No one's ever pointed that out before.
Never. I've never heard a single person. Oh, and then we come back to the destruction of Naboo and the Gungans.
Yes. Every time something is happening, they have to cut back to something else, and it's so
that was
annoying.
a good transition, though.
There's some flair to this movie here and there.
A little bit, but it's mostly boring.
Yeah. Like even if the rest of the movies aren't dynamic, I feel like as this trilogy goes, they get better at least giving you more interesting stuff to look at.
Yeah, agreed. Hey, look, it's that one scene from Jurassic Park.
I don't remember Jurassic Park having so many balls. Yep, okay.
You'll catch me one of these days. Ugh.
Okay, Booma.
Pull a block.
No, I will not.
That's a block right there.
I think this is how Ramon told us to drive the tank in Halo.
That is true. Droidicas.
Damn, everyone getting captured all at the same time.
They win this round, but they won't win the war.
They win this round. Mm-hmm.
Except for Annie. I do like the vulture droids.
You can't catch him. Yep, R2 made that awesome noise. You're right. Can I get a beep, boop, boop, boop?
Beep, beep, boop, boop.
Oh, you're not doing a very good job, Annie. Oops. He should have said "ope" like a classic Midwesterner. Yep.
I say oops.
Sometimes I say whoops.
I very rarely say whoops. And Obi-Wan is locked back again. Sad days for Obi-Wan.
I bet Qui-Gon still got it under control.
Yeah, I think Qui-Gon's going to be fine.
It's so sudden.
Oh, no.
No! It's a better no than Darth Vader has.
Oh, 100%.
I'm just saying. I actually feel something behind that. Could you imagine having James Earl Jones in the recording booth and having him do that?
It seems in your anger you killed her.
You killed her.
No.
Do you think Alana likes that moment? Are we going to make them mad?
I don't know. I'm very curious.
I didn't know they were such a Revenge of the Sith fan. Now I gotta know.
Revenge of the Sith is the silent favorite amongst a lot of Star Wars fans.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I've never really talked about Star Wars with them, so I didn't know that was their
100%.
one. Yeah, Keira Knightley, fuck him up.
That's right. This one's a decoy. I like how she knew which button to hit.
Yeah, she's got a gun chair. Everyone's got a gun chair, right?
I have a gun chair.
Yeah.
That's where I keep my Nerf guns, baby.
That got a good snort out of me. Good job. Oh, yeah.
Look at Obi.
Don't you love when they discuss a new treaty?
A new treaty, guys.
Oh, we didn't mention it. Thoughts on the rat tail?
I don't care. I think it's a nice. I think it's a simple distinction.
It's silly.
It's ugly, but it's a simple distinction between knight and knight/Padawan versus master. So it doesn't really bother me.
The braid works better.
And usually,
than the rat
it's
tail
not
like
actually.
I know he's got both, but
a rat tail
rat
because
tail
Ahsoka's
just
isn't a
looks bad.
rat tail. It's a string of beads.
You ever see the famous documentary about this movie?
Oh, which one?
I don't know. It's on YouTube. But the one where George is like, I may have gone too far in a few places, and he's talking about the droid battle with Spielberg. And Spielberg just keeps saying, "Oh, that's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great."
Spielberg talked Lucas off a ledge with this film.
Yeah. Oh, I'm buffering now.
Uh-oh. Guys, he's just so good.
Buffering.
Oops. Oh.
I'll skip 10 seconds ahead. We're losing power.
Nothing can get through our shields.
Yep, we're pretty much caught up again.
Poor droid.
We should skedaddle R2. So you would probably know. Does D. Bradley Baker do the battle droid voices?
Yes.
I was gonna say the people who get the most work from Clone Wars and Rebels are D. Bradley Baker and the battle droid guy. I didn't know they were the same guy.
I'm almost 100% sure they're the same people because he does all the clones and almost all the animals.
He just does the Jango Fett voice for all of them. He does Tamara Morrison.
I mean, there is distinction. I say that.
Well, yeah, he's a voice actor. I
Yeah.
would hope there's distinction, but they're supposed to be
They're all
close to the same.
clones. Yeah, they're all clones of Temuera Morrison.
Do you hate this movie trope where you take out the control ship and then
everyone,
all the things die? I hate it. It's the shittiest thing about Avengers.
I know. I was about to say the same thing happens in Avengers when Tony just flies into space and he destroys that rock.
Yeah, he nukes the Chitauri ship. Yeah. You ever really think about how the World Council or whatever it's called was going to nuke New York?
Listen, they said that they wanted to make that decision. Okay. To which we got honestly one of my favorite Nick Fury quotes. I recognize the council has made a decision, but given that it's a stupid ass decision, I've decided to ignore it.
I'm elected to ignore it.
And there goes half his body.
Bye bye, Darth Maul. Never to be seen again.
Oh, unless read Catalyst.
So we'll get to Solo eventually. What, if anything, do you think we'll actually get from any of those characters again?
Of Maul?
Well, do you think we get Kira or this Han Solo?
No.
Or Maul again?
No, I think they're done.
Well, Maul will get in some form again.
I hope we don't get Maul and Obi-Wan. I think that would be bad for the characters.
I don't
think we will.
I don't think they'd overlap. I don't think they'd overlap in on-screen stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Qui-Gon's dead. Sorry, we talked over the big sad moment.
Yeah, we talked over all the sad moments. Obi-Wan would be the next one. Other than that, there's nothing that I could see him popping up in, because now they're focusing on High Republic, which is all 400 years before the Jedi, or before Phantom Menace. So the next things are Andor, Mando, Book of Boba Fett. And he's, well, again, spoilers. He's dead by the time of New Hope, so I don't think we'll get him in Book of Boba Fett or anything like that.
Yeah, I think he was, like, if in the Solo sequels or whatever they were going to do.
Yeah, they were going to focus on Crimson Dawn.
Well, I was going to say, I think he was just going to be a vessel for Kira, ultimately.
Yeah. Look at that smile.
Look at that. Yeah, it bums me out. Like, I like Solo more than most people do. I especially think it's, like, the castings do a really good job writing it, and I think they do a good job with the characters, so it makes me sad that we won't see.
Me too.
Probably won't see them again.
And, like, I do that thing that we hate, where I'm like, it's a good Star Wars bounty hunter smugglers film, but I don't think it's a good Han Solo film, and that's mostly because I don't think we needed a Han Solo film.
Well, we didn't,
yeah.
But... yeah.
But, like, I don't blame pretty much any of the cast that was involved, because I think they were all good.
No.
And given the troubled history of that shoot, firing Lord and Miller and then getting Ron Howard in, I'm surprised it was as good as it was. Metal. It's so metal. Just watching that body burn alive. Anakin's 9. He's 9, and he's watching Qui-Gon be burned alive.
That's the way the world works, Annie.
That is how the world works.
Oh.
Guys, I am sleepy. It's hitting.
Well, good thing we have like 2 minutes left.
Yeah, and we got to hear that banger of an ending song. God, that song goes so hard.
Again, harder than it needs to.
Yeah.
Has any right to.
That body right there is, I forgot his name. The composer's piano, because he was just spitting fire this entire movie.
John Williams?
Yeah, Williams, that's his name.
You forgot John Williams' name?
Listen, my brain's a little foggy right
Always
now.
two there are.
The rule of 2, folks. The rule of 2.
I just kind of love that the Sith is predicated on eventually always betraying someone. Yeah. I'm bopping my head. You can't see it, but I'm bopping.
Me too. When I finish a long
Look at them strutting. They know it's good
when
music.
I finish a long day of work, this is what I bump.
You get your spare orb at home, and you're like, peace.
Why?
Yeah, where's Kitster? Where's my dude Kitster?
He couldn't make it.
Is he still a slave?
Look at that walk up there, smooth. He's smooth. I still don't know what that stupid orb is for.
Neither do they.
There's that smile.
What a smirk. R2's beeping like, oh, there's some romance afoot.
Guys, we did it.
1 down.
1 down.
11 to go. Or
11?
10 to go. 10 to go.
8 mainline,
Yeah, 8 more.
2 spin-offs. Because we aren't doing Clone Wars spin-off.
Yeah, I've no desire to do that movie. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't need to. You can start Clone Wars without it and you'll be fine. All right, guys. We hope that you enjoyed our commentary for Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun.
We got off topic, as we usually do.
Yeah, but we had actually good things to say about the movie. Which...
Yeah, that pod race.
That pod race goes hard. It's a little bit too long. Same thing with the ending. Goes hard, but it's a little bit too long.
Mm-hmm.
You can tighten it, George. We know you went too far in a few places.
Just tighten it just a little bit, George.
Just a little bit. Okay?
Just talk to Ved or be like, snip, snip here.
I mean, the editing is kind of the least of the problems in this film.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's so much story issues.
You give
Dialogue,
them that little bit of
directing.
direction.
Yeah.
Tighten the movie up a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's not great, George, but it's not bad. It's not. Oh, I mean, it's not good, but
it's not.
But
great,
when I watch
and it's about to get worse.
Yes, but when I watch it during my rewatches, I don't hate it, and I think that's a good thing.
It's enjoyable-ish.
Ish.
All in all,
it does get boring in the middle.
Yes,
but
I don't think that Coruscant section is as interminable as other people do. But like, obviously, it's the least interesting section of the movie.
Yeah, it is the most least interesting. Well,
the
most least
interesting.
Most least interesting.
You probably should get to bed.
I
huh?
should. Yeah. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. You know where to find Nick on Twitter and Letterboxd and Twitch and all that stuff. You know where to find me on the same platforms. We hope you guys enjoyed. We hope you have a good morning, evening, good night, wherever you are. And we'll see you guys on the next one.